One thing I wanted to ask you, near the end of your presentation, and you were in the Christmas Carol time, and you were talking from the heart and seriously about what you included into the show that included Orlando, and I
Yes.
couldn't type fast enough. So can you repeat what the script is for
Sure.
those few sentences?
Sure. I think that, holiday show should be for everyone. So that was the main point, right? And, Orlando has had an interesting year. I mean, certainly we're amazingly diverse, and certainly we're amazingly supportive of all kinds of people and diversity and lifestyle. So we had a tragedy, of course, downtown. And this wasn't the one of the, I mean, this isn't the reason it's in the show, but I really feel that the community came together in a really beautifully holiday way, even though it wasn't the holidays, and so I wanted to add into the show a couple nods. I wanted to recognize Orlando. So you'll notice McGee says, "Hello, Orlando," and then Lanny in his little dreams, like, "I love you, Orlando." And then, I think it's really cool that Santa, his back is to us talking to his elves, but he does turn out and says, as long as there's friends and family together, like here in Orlando, there's always be Christmas. And I think that Orlando has always been on the map. It got even more on the map, and I think it was only the right thing to do is to let people know that we are in the holiday spirit, and we want you to come with us on this journey.
Thank you.
You said there's over 100 clips
Mm.
in the snow globe section.
Yeah.
What is the favorite hidden, like the obscure clip that you pulled?
The obscure clip is this from Melody Time, something where this oldie-fashioned couple get out of their sled and they skate hearts, and I'm like, I've really never seen that before. And the only reason that we got these clips was to go to directly to the Disney Archive group and work very closely with them about seeing everything. We have some amazing resources like YouTube and of course our own archives, and of course we have a lot of people that recently celebrated 45 years with the company, but you do need that film source to make sure that you're representing, the full breadth of all the films. Yeah, that was a cool clip. Also, I never saw Donald teach Huey, Dewey, and Louie how to play hockey. When I saw that, I was like, that has to be in the show.
Can you talk about the discovery of that laser effect that you see during the show when the laser combines with the snow to create a really interesting skyline?
Sure. I mean, like I said in the presentation, I wish I could say that I knew in my head that it would be genius, but this is how it happened. We were, going through the night. We rehearsed very late at night because the park has to be closed. It has to be dark, and we were testing snow machines. And I don't want to ruin any of the magic, but of course you realize there are machines. And we were also testing a laser effect. And all of a sudden, when I do late night rehearsal, sometimes I just bring my lawn chair because you're just sitting out there. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at the snow, and Laser Dave makes the lasers go, and I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, we have to put that in the show. And so it really turned out quite magical. I mean, and it's just a little bit of art with a little bit of luck, and that's how that happened. And now I'd use it again, like in a different show, only I'd plan it this time, like, oh, let's do that.
You had mentioned in your presentation a few little hidden Easter eggs and references to Disney personalities within the company. Would you mind going over some of that again?
Not so much Disney personality. Yes, I know what you mean now. Walt Disney's one of his favorite artists, Mary Blair. Her design is, quite amazing, and of course, Small World is a signature of Mary Blair. So, she had done these amazing greeting card series that if you could actually go back and look at, and that one of the trees is a special homage just to her. And there's in the opening number, there's that graphic where that old style tree comes down, which almost seems like cutouts, and also. The gingerbread sequence is a homage to also her work in Small World. Now there is some stuff that is new that I didn't talk about in the ornament section, where I don't know if you recall the ornaments turning around. It was, I think, holistically, I like to work holistically, and I talk to many different lines of business. So in the future, that I would love to replace it with ornaments that could be available in the park afterwards. So, and there might be a Mickey-shaped ornament in there that you have to go and look for yourself next time.
And as far as the Osborne lights go,
Well, the Osbournes is an amazing family, and Jennings, of course, passed away. Over the years, I got to celebrate. They used to come for Christmas all the time, and I got to know them a little bit well. And I just wanted to recognize that 1 foot in the past, 4 feet going forward. So there's actually a couple. There's a script that says "Merry Christmas." That's a direct lift from the Osborne. I think maybe you saw it at the other. And then there's an actual Santa that used to be in his rope light, and that one we replicated on the building.
Does the black cat appear in there anywhere?
No. Do you know that story though?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Are some of the musical arrangements the same ones that used to play during the Dancing Lights?
No. All new musical arrangements, and I think I mentioned it in the presentation, I really like a very, very present, as almost people are singing live type of show. So we did full or new arrangements of all the songs.
You said something about, we talked about the glittery laser, which is awesome. But there was some other new kind of laser technology we were talking about. Was it in the trees? Or
Yes.
am I dreaming?
So, no, there's a couple things. There's, in the trees we have completely wrapped with a color spectrum of LED lights, which are really integrated into the show. But with lasers, we did a conscientious meeting. I remember sitting down with Dave saying, I don't like lasers, so I want to, before I cut them, how could we make them beautiful? So there's a lot of things that look like they're projections. So I don't know if you remember that panoramic scene of Lock, Shock, and Barrel going across in the blue, right? So we do have that projection and that image, but in that clip from the film, that whole starry sky is not there. So it's a series of, I learned so much. It's like, I didn't know you could pinpoint a laser like all over, but your eye makes it, you don't see the line, you just see the dots that develop. So that's how we invented our starry sky patterns, how when Thrasher flies across the buildings it looks like there's sparks. That's all lasers. And then I don't know if you know, but there's some palm trees that may be in the forecourt, and we capitalized on them by putting laser effects in the leaves to sort of blend them into the whole projection image. It was a lot of fun.
So basically, it's little microbursts. I'm using my own laser word. Is it just shooting like
That's better than I
a
said.
half second of, and it,
Yeah,
we see
so-
it hit the wall, but we don't see it go to the wall.
So here's the thing. So when you're watching, I said, well, let's out. When Santa drops down in the bag in Nightmare, I said, well, let's do a laser outline instead of an animated of Santa in the bag, because it's supposed to be digital. So what happens is you see all this beam of light come and make the image, but you see the whole beam. But when he tweaks it, it moves so fast that you just see the image and not the whole beam. It's quite fascinating. And it was like, I also had LASIK done at the same time. I said, hey, while you're in there. No, it was fascinating. I don't really understand the technology, but I sure think that it's getting more and more artistic. I did Voyage of the Little Mermaid years ago, the redo, right? And lasers at that time were special, but not amazingly special. And now, even we have new lasers in Mermaid, and now they are quite special. They enhance. If I don't think something enhances a show, I think it's, you lay it on the board and you lose what, is detracting. And the lasers actually didn't. They were wonderful in this. I can't rave enough about Dave's work.
where did the idea to combine Prep and Landing with Nightmare Before Christmas come from?
Okay, that was, we were sitting around a table much like this, and I was with two writers for Disney, Allison Hirsch, and, no, it was just me and Allison. And I said, here's the thing, I had note cards, I was like, I want Nightmare in it, right? So, and I want these, but how do we get there? So if we didn't have a story, we couldn't do it. And so, do you remember when, like the 28 Days of Christmas, the Prep and Landing cartoons that go across the bottom of the tape, right? So all of a sudden I was like, who are those guys? Am I talking too loud?
No, you got 2 minutes.
Oh, I said, and Allison was like, those are the Prep and Landing guys. And I'm like, oh my God, what a great idea. We want to get to Nightmare. We know in Nightmare they steal Santa. And that's all of a sudden it was the spark. And we had to get on the phone right away with the animation studios because that's all that's custom. There's no McGee talking about Santa's missing. And they were really excited because it regentrified that whole brand for them as well. And I think they're going to be making more Prep and Landings.
Prep and Landings become the new Christmas Disney standard, and it kind of the first couple of shorts went over really well, and it's been a few years, so this definitely is revitalized.
Yeah, I think you'll see. I hope we all see a Prep and Landing, another one. You know, there is that very cute little short you could look at. There's the 2 longer ones, but then there's one that's quite cute. It's about 8 minutes, and it's a really good one. Sweet.
Well, you were a hard act to follow this morning.
I think an
when the
Oscar
guys-
winner followed me. That was not hard.
The new Stephen Davidson of the East Coast.
Oh, well, that's
You
just
need to do a
too kind. No, too kind. I'm just a guy who likes what he does and has a good time doing it. I say if you can't have a good time, let's not do it, right?
Well, it's clear. You're
yeah.
passionate.
Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much.